War is loud. It announces itself with explosions, sirens, gunfire, and chaos. Every army expects noise. Every defense is built to react to sound. But during World War II, Britain discovered something terrifyingly simple. If the enemy cannot hear you, they cannot fight back. Somewhere in the darkness of occupied Europe, a man collapses. No shout, no echo, no gunshot. The street remains silent. What killed him was not artillery, not a machine gun, not even a sniper's rifle. It was something far more unsettling. A rifle so quiet that history almost forgot it existed. This is the story of the Lisle Commando Carbine. By 1940, Britain was fighting a war it could not win by conventional means alone. Europe was occupied. Cities were watched, roads were guarded, curfews were enforced. Behind enemy lines, British agents and resistance fighters faced a brutal reality. One gunshot could doom an entire operation. A single noise could trigger alarms, reinforcements, and executions. Silenced pistols helped, but pistols had limits. Range was short, accuracy suffered, and sometimes a single quiet shot was not enough. The question was no longer how to fight. It was how to fight without being heard. To wage this invisible war, Britain created a secret organization dedicated to sabotage, assassination, and disruption. Railways were destroyed. Bridges vanished overnight. Enemy officers disappeared without explanation. This was not a war of front lines. It was a war of whispers. And in this war, engineers were just as important as soldiers. Weapons could not simply be modified for silence. They had to be designed around it. That realization would change everything. William Godfrey de Lisle was not a general. He was not famous. He did not command armies. But he understood something most weapon designers ignored. Suppressing a weapon after it is built will never make it truly silent. True silence must be engineered from the very beginning. His idea was radical. Instead of forcing a rifle to be quiet, build a rifle that expects silence. No shortcuts, no compromises. A weapon born in silence. The de Lisle was unlike anything the world had seen. First, the ammunition. High-velocity bullets create a sonic crack. No suppressor can stop that. So de Lisle chose a heavy, slow point for 5 caliber round, naturally subsonic. No crack, no echo. Then came the suppressor. This was not an attachment. It was the weapon. The barrel was ported. Gases were bled off. The suppressor wrapped around the barrel itself, trapping sound so completely that the firing mechanism was often louder than the shot. Even the action mattered. A bolt-action system eliminated mechanical noise. No cycling, no clatter, just control. Every detail served silence. The result was almost unreal. The loudest sound was often the bullet striking the target. British commandos carried the de Lisle on missions where failure meant death, not just for them, but for civilians. A sentry eliminated without a sound. A checkpoint bypassed without an alarm. A raid completed before the enemy realized it had begun. Men fell. No one heard how. The Lisle did not win battles. It erased obstacles, and because of that, only a small number were ever produced. Not because it failed, but because it worked too well. Explosions terrify. Gunfire warns. Silence unnerves. Enemy forces found bodies with no explanation. No witnesses, no reports of shots fired. Fear spread, not of a weapon, but of the unknown. The Lisle turned silence itself into a weapon. After the war, the Lisle disappeared. No parades, no propaganda posters, no medals for silence. Its missions were classified, its numbers were small. Its existence was almost denied. But its influence lived on. Modern suppressed rifles still follow the same principles first perfected here. History remembers the loudest weapons, the biggest explosions, the highest body counts. But war is often decided in moments no one hears. A quiet step, a silent shot, a mission completed without a sound. The Lisle Commando Carbine was never meant to be remembered. And that may be the greatest proof of its success. This is Hidden Weapons of History, where we uncover the weapons designed not to be seen, not to be heard, and never to be remembered.